Hello everyone, now start with the topic De Moivre's theorem. For any rational number n, cos of theta plus I sin of theta raised to n equals cos of n theta plus I sin of n theta. Again there is one more point, that is cos of theta plus I sin of theta raised to minus n, which equals cos of n theta minus I sin of n theta. So let us start with some of the example. First example is simplify cos of 4 theta plus I sin of 4 theta raised to 7 upon 2. Here we will use the De Moivre's theorem. These cos of n theta plus I sin of n theta equals cos of theta plus I sin of theta raised to n. So in this question the value of n parameter is 4 here. So we simply write down cos of theta plus I sin of theta raised to 4 into 7 upon 2. Now after simplifying here we get the answer cos of theta plus I sin of theta raised to 7 into 2, which equals 14 here. And suppose again if you want to write down in terms of De Moivre's theorem, so answer is like this: cos of 14 theta plus I sin of 14 theta here. So which is the final answer. Now again consider one more question. Simplify cos of 3 theta minus I sin of 3 theta raised to 2 upon 3 divided by cos of 2 theta plus I sin of 2 theta raised to 7 upon 2. In this equation the value of n parameters are, in the numerator the value is 3 here, but what happened, there is the minus symbol, so that's why the value of n parameter is minus 3. In the denominator the value of n is 2 here, so we simply write down in terms of the De Moivre's theorem like this. So we get the answer cos of theta plus I sin of theta raised to minus 3 into 2 upon 3, and in the denominator cos of theta plus I sin of theta raised to 2 into 7 by 2. Now after simplifying here we get the answer cos of theta plus I sin of theta raised to minus 2, and in the denominator cos of theta plus I sin of theta raised to minus 7. Now we will use the law of indices here. After using law of indices we get the answer like this, that means cos of theta plus I sin of theta raised to minus 9 here. Now we simplify these equation. Cos of 5 theta minus I sin of 5 theta raised to 2 into cos of 7 theta plus I sin of 7 theta raised to minus 3 upon cos of 4 theta minus I sin of 4 theta raised to 9 cos of theta plus I sin of theta raised to 5 here. Now for the first term the value of n parameter is 5, but there is the minus symbol, so here the value of n is minus 5. So we simply write down cos of theta plus I sin of theta raised to minus 5, and these two remains as it is here, so that means multiplied by 2. The next term is cos of theta plus I sin of theta raised to 7 into these minus 3 remains as it is. Now in the denominator cos of theta plus I sin of theta raised to, now here there is the minus symbol and the value of n is 4, so raised to minus 4 into 9, and this term remains as it is, cos of theta plus I sin of theta raised to 5. Now in the next step we will simplify all of these terms, so we get the answer cos of theta plus I sin of theta raised to minus 10, cos of theta plus I sin of theta raised to minus 21. In the denominator cos of theta plus I sin of theta raised to minus 36 cos of theta plus I sin of theta raised to 5. Again we use the law of indices in the numerator first. Cos of theta plus I sin of theta raised to minus 10, and there is minus 21 here, and in the denominator cos of theta plus I sin of theta raised to minus 36 plus 5. Then we simplify here, so we get the answer cos of theta plus I sin of theta raised to minus 31, and in the denominator again cos of theta plus I sin of theta raised to minus 31. Again after simplifying we get the final answer equals 1 here. Now we will see the logarithmic form of the complex number. Now all of you know that if z is equal to x plus iy be a complex number, then its exponential form is z is equal to r e raised to I theta. Okay, now here we apply log on the both side. So what happened? We get log of z is equal to log of r e raised to I theta here. Now there is a multiplication between two terms and there is the log. So for the multiplication we get the addition by using logarithmic rules here. So we write down log of r plus log of e raised to I theta. Again we use the law of rule of logarithms here. So these raised to I theta will multiply here. That means log of r plus I theta log of e here. So here we use the rule log of a raised to b equals b log a here. This is the rule of logarithms that we used here. Then the value of log e is equal to 1. So we simply write down log of z is equal to log of r plus I theta. Now we know that what is the value of r? R is the modulus of the complex number. So value of r is equal to root of x square plus y square, and theta is nothing but equal to the amplitude or argument of the complex number. So we get the value of theta is equal to tan inverse of y upon x here. After substituting these two values, we get the principal value of the log, which is log of z is equal to log of root of x square plus y square plus I tan inverse of y upon x. So this is the principal value of the log z here. Okay. Now if I want, now suppose I want to replace the value of theta by 2n pi plus theta, then we get the new form of log z. That form is called as the general value of the log z. So simply replace the value of theta by 2n pi plus theta here. So let us consider the question, find log of minus 3 here. So here we write down let z is equal to minus 3. Now here we get the value of x is equal to minus 3 and the value of y parameter is missing. That means the value of y is 0 here. So in the first step we calculate the value of r. R is equal to root of x square plus y square. So which equals root of minus 3 square plus 0 square. So which is equal to root of 9, and again we get the value of r is equal to here 3. Now find out the value of theta. Theta is equal to, here x is equal to minus 3 and y is equal to 0. What does it mean? Theta lies in the second quadrant, and according to second quadrant the value of theta is pi minus tan inverse of y upon x. So put the values here, which is equal to pi minus tan inverse of 0 upon minus 3, which is equal to pi minus minus plus here tan inverse of 0. So tan inverse of 0 means again 0, so we get theta is equal to pi. So the general value of the log z is So we first write down the result here. Log of z is equal to log of root x square plus y square, or simply write down log of r plus I 2n pi plus theta. Okay, so which is equal to, we already compute these value, so r is equal to 3 here. So log of 3 plus I 2n pi plus the value of theta is here pi. So after taking pi as a common parameter, we get the value log of 3 plus I pi in between bracket 2n plus 1. So this is my final answer for the log of z.